haunting truth. A ghost mimicked my voice. Imagine hearing your own voice, but it's not you speaking. The uncanny feeling of recognizing your tone, your inflections, yet knowing you haven't uttered a word. This eerie phenomenon sends shivers down your spine and leaves you questioning reality. Today, we're diving into the eerie world of mimic ghosts. These spectral entities are known for their unsettling ability to replicate the voices of the living. Their presence blurs the line between the natural and the supernatural, creating a chilling atmosphere. I recently encountered something truly chilling. It was an experience that rattled me to my core, leaving me both terrified and fascinated. The encounter felt surreal, like a scene from a horror movie, yet it was happening right before my eyes. It all began on a cold, foggy night. The air was thick with an eerie silence, the kind that makes every creak and whisper seem amplified. As the fog rolled in, an unsettling feeling settled over me, hinting that something was amiss. I heard my voice calling from the basement. The sound was unmistakable, echoing through the quiet house. My immediate reaction was confusion and a creeping sense of dread. It was as if my own voice had turned against me, beckoning from the shadows. At first, I thought it was an echo or a prank. My rational mind tried to find a logical explanation. Maybe someone was messing with me, or perhaps it was a weird acoustic phenomenon. But something felt undeniably off. I decided to investigate, flashlight in hand. My heart pounded with each step I took toward the basement. The air grew colder, and the sense of unease intensified. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. What I found next left me speechless. In the dim light, I noticed an old tape recorder lying on the floor. Dust covered its surface, and it looked like it hadn't been touched in years. Yet, it was unmistakably mine. I captured the mimic voice on my phone. My hands trembled as I pressed the record button. The voice echoed through the basement, mimicking my every word. Listening to it later sent chills down my spine. It was uncanny. Here's the actual audio clip I recorded. The eerie similarity between the mimic voice and mine is impossible to ignore. Each inflection, every pause, perfectly replicated. It's like hearing a ghostly version of myself, trapped in a loop, calling out from the darkness. Listen closely to the recording. The voice sounds eerily identical to mine. The intonation, the pitch, even the slight hesitation in speech. It's uncanny. It's as if my doppelganger is lurking in the basement, mimicking my every word. To understand this phenomenon better, I consulted a paranormal expert. They explained that mimic ghosts are believed to be entities that can replicate human voices. This explanation sent chills down my spine, making the experience feel even more surreal. Could this be a psychological trick, or something more sinister? The expert suggested it might be a combination of auditory pareidolia and an actual paranormal occurrence. The scientific ambiguity only deepened the mystery, leaving me with more questions than answers. Throughout history, mimic ghosts have been reported in numerous cultures. From ancient folklore to modern-day encounters, these entities have fascinated and terrified people. The consistency of these reports suggests that there might be some truth behind the legends. Many of you shared similar experiences after my initial story. Your submissions describe voices calling out in familiar tones, often in unsettling circumstances. The commonality of these experiences adds weight to the notion that mimic ghosts might be more than mere myth. Your stories revealed striking similarities, from voices mimicking loved ones to eerie calls from empty rooms. Comparing these experiences, it's clear that mimic ghosts share common traits. They imitate familiar voices, often luring individuals toward isolated or dark places. Examining these common threads, we find that mimic ghosts typically appear during moments of solitude or heightened emotion. The uncanny precision with which they replicate voices suggests an intelligence behind their actions, raising more questions about their true nature and intentions. After setting up more recording devices, the evidence collected only deepens the mystery. Additional recordings captured not just voices, but whispers and even laughter, all eerily similar to the household members. These findings challenge our understanding of the paranormal. Reflecting on these experiences, My beliefs about the supernatural have shifted dramatically. The mimic ghost phenomenon, once a mere curiosity, now feels intensely personal and real. These encounters have opened my mind to possibilities I previously dismissed as mere folklore. Have you ever experienced something similar? Your stories could provide crucial insights. Share your encounters in the comments below. Engaging with your experiences helps us all understand this phenomenon better and brings us closer to unraveling the mysteries of mimic ghosts. Have you ever encountered a mimic ghost? Your stories could help us understand this eerie phenomenon better. Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's create a community of curious minds exploring the unknown together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mind-blowing content. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we delve even deeper into the world of the paranormal. Your engagement fuels our passion for uncovering the mysteries that surround us.